Hi, it is Friday, July 11th, and we are out in front of City Hall in order to do a speak out about the closing of the shelters in both Scranton and Wilkes-Barre. The National Union of the Homeless believes that housing is a human right, and we want to uplift the voices of those most affected by the housing crisis and demand the solutions that we need. Housing now, no more death on the streets.
Hello, everyone. My name is Esther, and I would like to welcome you to our Speak Out, hosted by NEPA, Union of the Homeless Chapter, along with NonViolent Medicaid Army, Put People First PA. We gathered here today to speak out about the closing of the Mission Homeless Shelter, because we believe housing is a human right, and we only get what we organize to take. This means we educate each other and get organized, demanding housing, healthcare, food, education, transportation across all lines of division. I would like to share some numbers that Mayor Brown has shared with me. He gave a contractor $224,000 to renovate the Mission Shelter on Union Street. He also gave the Mission Shelter $109,000 to run it for 1 year, June 2024 to June 2025. This is all they feel we deserve. He feels to run a shelter for 1 year using almost $235,000 is enough. We say housing is a human right.
That's right.
I myself have been homeless for the last year and a half because affordable housing isn't a reality here in Wilkes-Barre or the surrounding cities. This is why we must organize for housing. I don't know about you, but I know that I have a few questions of Mayor Brown and the officials in office, because they feel that we have given enough by giving our money to this contractor and the mission. One, where are all the people supposed to go due to the closing of the Mission Shelter? Two, per conversation and believing you, what are your plans to keep the homeless now and moving forward? Three, where will funding come from now to help those of us that still need housing? Four, when it gets cold, which we know it happens often, what's going to happen to our people? When George Brown came into office, he said he was for the poor and homeless. But for what I've seen, he has only hurt us by destroying encampments and banning us from sitting on the square and the bus terminal. I know about it. I know about you, and I've had enough of their lies. And yes, I'm calling it bullshit. He claims vans from over the United States are dropping off people. I have been down here, and I haven't seen not one van enter Kirby Park or the square. Well, what happened to the families and friends that live here that are homeless and left in the street? Just asking. We must take steps to organize our class. We must organize ourselves, demand our right to housing. We must educate each other, organize with each other, learn to lead each other to get our basic needs met. We have a few speakers that have something to share on this matter. And at the end, we will hold an open space for anyone who would like to speak.
Thank you, Esther. Housing is a human right. Fight, fight, fight. Housing is a human right. Fight, fight, fight. Housing is a human right. Fight, fight, fight. Thank you all for coming out today. We're going to sing Mean Things Happening in This Land. There are mean things happening in this land. There are mean things happening in this land. But the movement's going on. on, and the movement's growing strong. There are mean things happening in this land. Oh, the rich folks boast and brag, while the poor go on in rags. A vaccine made by our minds, the rich won't produce it on the line. Lots of groceries on the shelves, but we have none for ourselves. There are mean things happening in this land. There are mean things happening in this land. But the movement's going on, and the movement's growing strong. There are mean things happening in this land. Tens of millions uninsured, and those who are pay more and more. Trillions spent on endless war, but we cannot house the poor. Poisoned land and poisoned lives, cancer rates are on the rise. There are mean things happening in this land. There are mean things happening in this land. But the movement's going on, and the movement's growing strong. There are mean things happening in this land. To serve a Wall Street bottom line, our health and bodies in decline. There goes a housing billionaire, debt and suffering everywhere. The NBMA is on the rise, the sick and poor will organize. There are mean things happening in this land. There'll be good things happening in this land. There will be good things happening in this land. When the people take a stand and unite in a solid band, there'll be good things happening in this land. Wow, you all sound great!
Hi, my name is Pam. I run Michaeline's Mission. It's a nonprofit organization, in Pennsylvania, which kind of grew throughout the United States, and I work with a lot of people with substance use disorder, HIV, and Hep C. We do mobile outreach services, which had started when I lost my daughter to an overdose back in, actually this month, July 2018. I do a lot of mobile street outreach, a lot in the encampments here in northeastern Pennsylvania, in the city of Wilkes-Barre, and also Hazleton, and hotels, motels, couch surfers, wherever it may be. My daughter struggled with addiction for many, many, many years. There's a lot of people that are homeless. They are not helpless. They do need a helping hand, getting where they need to be. We need to meet people where they're at. I firmly believe that, no matter where they are. I don't care if they're in a tent, if they're under a tree, if they're in a hotel. Everybody deserves love, compassion, and to be treated the right way.
That's right, that's right.
I also can say my brother has been homeless for many years now, about 20 years, living on the streets of Wilkes-Barre, in and out of jail. That definitely has not helped him whatsoever. Through the winter months, living in a tent, being warmed by hand sanitizer and a little sterno inside your tent to keep you warm. We really need somewhere, no matter if they're using drugs, not using drugs, no matter where they come from, they still need somewhere to go. They need case management. They just need help. Like, I know, like, my daughter did live at home with me, and I was very not cool with an MAT program. I can, like, kick myself in the butt for it, but I firmly believe in MAT programs now. I can tell you that much. If you have somebody that's struggling with addiction, that's living on the streets, that needs help, please reach out. There's organizations that are out there with no stigma. There's no shame in asking and reaching out for help. We don't judge nobody whatsoever, no matter what, no matter what. We have tents, we have supplies out the rear end. We started putting the lock zone boxes throughout the city of Wilkes-Barre for anybody to get. And I forever am not really grateful I lost my daughter, but I'm gonna tell you what, I have learned so much over the years since she has passed away, not only with her, losing her, but learning about the camps, the one that used to be over there under the South Street Bridge before that camp got wiped out, before those other camps got wiped out, before the other ones got wiped out. And then with my dear friend that owns Paper Eaters, who got us dumpsters to clean them up, which was awesome. Thank the good Lord for that. But tents are expensive. I mean, come on, they cost a lot of money, you know, they're not warm. And that's like really not a home, but it's their home. Because we have nowhere to put nobody, because there's all these empty buildings that I don't even know who owns, but I don't understand why people have nowhere to go at all. It makes no sense. So I'm asking for help from somebody, anybody that wants to step up to the plate. Like, let's get us a building. Yes. Please. Thank you.
Thank you, Pam.
Thank you so much, Pam. Really appreciate our grassroots folks out here putting in the work every day to help keep our homeless folks alive, right? It really is real that people die on these streets. On the longest night of every year, the National Union of the Homeless holds a vigil for those that we lose to the housing crisis, and it is a crisis. Next, I want to go ahead and read a little bit of history about the National Union of the Homeless and their mission statement. The National Union of the Homeless originally formed in the late 80s and early 90s in response to the shifting economic conditions resulting in mass homelessness of families and former workers across our country. The shelter system that is a central part of the nonprofit industrial complex today formed at this time as well. From the shelters, encampments, and abandoned buildings, the unhoused came together to fight, to speak out and organize against the very conditions that have made them homeless. At its height, the National Union of the Homeless had 25 local chapters and 35,000 members in cities across the United States. Most importantly, it implemented a model of organizing involving the poor and homeless thinking for themselves, speaking for themselves, fighting for themselves, and producing from their own ranks capable and creative leaders. This was contrary to the prevailing stereotypes and misconceptions about homeless. We are homeless, not helpless. Say that with me. Homeless, not helpless. Homeless, not helpless. Homeless, not helpless. The heart and soul of the National Union of the Homeless is to commit our lives to ending homelessness and poverty, and to work tirelessly for the human right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, for social and economic justice for all. We dedicate ourselves to raising the awareness of our brothers and sisters, to planning a sustained struggle, and to building an organization that can obtain freedom through revolutionary perseverance. We pledge to deepen our personal commitment to end all forms of exploitation, racism, sexism, and abuse. True solidarity demands that we create not only the new society, but also the new human being. How do we make that dream a reality? We have to organize, organize, organize. We have to what?
Organize, organize, organize.
I can't hear you. We have to what?
Organize, organize, organize.
If you want to get organized with us, please see either me or Esther after the speak out concludes. We will make sure that you get connected. And we also have a cooling station set up over here. There's free water for everyone, a place to sit down in the shade, sunscreen. We want everyone to be mindful that, you know, it's the middle of the summer in NEPA. It's hot out here. Yeah. Up next, I'm going to call up Laura to speak about how this housing crisis has impacted her family.
Hi, yes, my name is Laura. I'm a member of the Democratic Socialists of America, but I'm really here speaking just as myself today. Yeah, it will be 1 year at the end of this month that I lost a cousin to homelessness, as in he died. What happened was he was from an average family, grew up, graduated high school, got a job. He was working. He had 3 kids. One of those kids was severely disabled. She was born without the use of her arms and legs. She was part of a twin. The twin was fine. He had another child, a son. So he's working with 3 kids. One of them is severely disabled, needs a lot of operations, a lot of medical care. The medical care left him and his girlfriend, the mother of the kids, homeless from having to pay all the bills for her care and her surgeries and things. Are we okay? So he moved in with his mom for a little while, and then he ended up getting cancer. So now he has cancer. His daughter is severely disabled. What do you live with your mother? What do? You know? Well, it ended up, once he was finished with his treatments and everything, he was strongly advised to stay home for at least a year and not go to work because cancer treatment is really severe. Well, his girlfriend applied for assistance, and she was told by the caseworker that to meet the criteria for housing assistance, they needed paycheck stubs. So he went back to work against medical advice. He worked 3 days on the job and died. And he was only in his early 40s. So now, yeah, shame. Exactly. I mean, now his girlfriend has a severely disabled daughter and 2 other children that she has to support by herself. You know, I don't know what she's going to do. So, yeah, the criteria for assistance is absolutely ludicrous. And so now I volunteer with People's Guild. It's a local organization here, and we just go to the park and we feed the people, whoever wants food, you know, because I mean that experience really affected me, and so now that's what we do. That's what I do.
Let me give you some history with Wilkes-Barre. I came up here, graduated in 95, moved up here in 96, right? When I came up here, homelessness was a big issue back then too. When I came up, 19 years old, there was a lot of the homeless that were sleeping on the square over here. And also, they were sleeping up and down South Main Street over there. You know, they claimed that there's not enough housing, there's not enough funding, but we clearly know there is, because we see hundreds of buildings right around this square that are empty, that has been renovated into high-class apartments that we can't even afford to live in, yet alone pay a bill in. And they just want to shut down the only things that we did have. This man gave away $250,000 for what? We have nothing to show for this money at the end. He says there's nothing he can do. He can't take the shelter back. Then why would you give them all this money if we was not able to own it? There's enough money, enough buildings for us to open a shelter. A shelter owned and run by us. That's what organization is. We get together and we get a building and we can do this together. So his excuses are just that to me. They're just excuses because there's enough in this whole world that we can get what we need. We must educate, we must organize, and we must take what is ours. Because they'll definitely give it to us. As we see, they can take it away. So we must educate and organize our class in order to know better is to do better, right? But if they don't know better, they can't do better. So together, we come out, we put people first in the Union of the Homeless, and we educate, and we also organize our class, which is a big thing. Because not being educated is what they're holding over our heads of why we can't have what is ours. But they saying that, oh, they pay for these buildings. No, even if they did pay for these buildings, you do your little charity in December. You do your little charity when you feel like it. How about doing charity year round and help the people that's needed? I'm going to bring up Julius to speak on this subject now.
My name's Julius. When I first came down here in 2002, I was homeless. So I know what you guys are going through. I attend a lot of Luzerne County Council meetings, so I know they have more than enough money to open up a building and keep these shelters open. They just, because the last time I was there, I was told they got $30,000 grant. What are they doing with it? I will tell you what they did with some of that money. The old hotel over here that was supposed to be made for low income, they didn't make it low income. They made it for the richy rich. The heck with us poor people that are on fixed incomes. Then they worry about crime. Well, guess what? All the homeless people don't have nowhere to go. So guess what's gonna happen? There's gonna be more crime in this city, people. Police station, mayor, whatever. Councilman, get your head out of your butts and start doing stuff here. We're the ones that pay for you guys, us taxpayers, and I happen to be a taxpayer because I work. I want to know where my tax money's going, because you sure in the heck ain't going on fixing the roads. All these potholes. Pothole heavy in Wilkes-Barre. Come on. We want to know where our money is. I can tell you where it is. It's all going in your goddamn pockets.
That's right, that's right.
Let's go, people. We're going to hold you accountable. And I don't care how many meetings I got to go to, because I already know you guys don't like me when I show up at the meetings, because I speak the truth. And they say the truth will set you free.
Thank you, Julius. Thank you.
So we're going to sing Somebody's Hurting My Brother.
Somebody's hurting my brother, and it's gone on far too long. Yes, it's gone on far too long. Oh, it's gone on far too long. I said somebody's hurting my brother, and it's gone on far too long. And we won't be silent anymore. Somebody's hurting my sister, and it's gone on far too long. Yes, it's gone on far too long. Oh, it's gone on far too long. I said somebody's hurting my sister, and it's gone on far too long. And we won't be silent anymore. Somebody's hurting our siblings, and it's gone on far too long. Yes, it's gone on far too long. Oh, it's gone on far too long. I said somebody's hurting our siblings, and it's gone on far too long. And we won't be silent anymore. Somebody's closing our shelters, and it's gone on far too long. Yes, it's gone on far too long. Oh, it's gone on far too long. I said somebody's closing our shelters, and it's gone on far too long. And we won't be silent anymore. Next up, we were going to have a speaker from the People's Guild. However, they were not able to be here in person. As Julius pointed out, we work, right? If it wasn't for the poor, this nation would not run. So they wrote a little thing for me to read out to y'all. The People's Guild, in contrast to the charity model that currently exists, which is very top down, very the haves helping the have-nots out of the goodness of their hearts. The People's Guild offers horizontal aid. Folks who are struggling, helping other folks who are struggling. They meet every Wednesday and Sunday to do their food serves, and they see the same people coming every week, week after week, to Kirby Park. There are, like Esther was saying, there are no vans or buses bringing folks in from other areas, right? That's a myth. That's a lie. We know that the poor and the homeless who are suffering here in Luzerne County are our people, our neighbors. Okay, and yes, that was Christina who had written that statement. So a round of applause for Christina, and thank you for sharing this with us and getting the work out about what you're doing, even if you can't be here with us in person. So Emily would like to say a few words to us, and then if anybody else wants to come up for open mic, we are all about uplifting the voices of the poor, and we want you to come and speak. We know that we are the leaders we need, not the politicians in that building or any other building. They aren't coming to save us.
The poor is left out for nothing. There is no reason in this country why our people should be homeless and hungry. We have enough to feed everywhere in the world. We could feed our people. Yes. And I believe that buildings for the homeless is very, very important. And they should take some and do it. The politicians are too worried about what they can put in their pockets or when they can sneak their girlfriends off on lavish vacations. I believe that there should be something done, and everybody, we have to stand together, be together, and work for this together. Because if we don't, we're going nowhere, and nowhere fast. So I believe the politicians should be in our shoes. They should take the politicians and let them live the way the homeless is living, the elderly, everyone. Now, I'm crippled for now, but I'm working on walking. I can't even get help and I live in a high rise, can't get help to help clean my house and help with the dishes and the laundry because they won't give it to me. I qualify. They just want, thanks, they was 5-10 years ago. I moved up here from Georgia. I was married and my husband died. I don't have them. We threw everything away, but they refused to get me any help. And these poor people on the street, at least I have a roof over my head. But these poor people on the street need help. And I don't see why, even if it's just a community, people giving donations to help get them fed and ready to go. I'm sorry, but the politicians need a kick in the butt. Thank you.
I would like to call my comrade, Jackie, to the mic.
My name is Jackie. I'm a registered nurse. I'm also a member of the National Union of the Homeless, Put People First Pennsylvania, and the NonViolent Medicaid Army. First thing I want to say is that housing is healthcare. While billionaires make profits off of our backs in regards to healthcare, we continue to go without the basic needs for human life, such as housing, food, clean water. We are dealing with economic devastation when it comes to the poor and dispossessed. I myself have been homeless several times in my life, and I would not be here today if it wasn't for the good people at Put People First and the Homeless Union. Today I am mentally more sound and understanding of what takes place in this country, especially in our city. We are left out of the equation. We get charity, not help. We need to encompass healthcare to include housing. Nobody can heal if they do not have shelter. Nobody can be mentally well without shelter. The first thing we need to do in this community is to house people. We need more affordable housing. The wait lists for housing in this community is 2, 3, 4, 5 years long. How is someone supposed to live on the streets for that long before they're given the opportunity to live in a home? My children's father died on the streets here in Wilkes-Barre. He was an addict. He had nowhere to go. And regardless to what individuals say about not housing him in my home, I have children that needed to be protected. Why is it up to each individual family to care for individuals that have mental health issues, when the system would rather see them on the street than produce the profits to take care of everyday people in our communities? I ask all of you, please organize with your community members, whether it's one organization or another. Help each other to learn and to lead each other into a prosperity moment where we all can have what we need to survive. We all can have housing. We all can have food. We all can have clean water and protect each other. That is all.
I just want to give you some myths that Mayor Brown has about the homeless and the poor. He believes that everyone that is homeless is penniless, and that's not true. He believes that vans are being dropped off of other people's homelessness, being dropped off in his city. That is not true. I have been out here day after day for 2 weeks, from 7 in the morning till way after 10, 11 o'clock, just watching to see if what he was saying was true, which I know is not true. Another thing, they say there's no buildings that they can give. If you look around at all the ones he's renovated, maybe 2 are actually have people in them. The rest are sitting there, all prettified, but empty, when he could put the homeless in there and let them get on their feet and help them to get what is theirs. You understand? He puts myth on all homeless people are addicts. That's not true. Most of them are just homeless due to financial burden. You cannot pay $10,075 for a one bedroom, which is a studio apartment here in Wilkes-Barre, if you don't even make $1,000. You cannot, the rent goes from $1,075 to $1,300 for a one bedroom, which gives you a privacy from being in a big room. I know I've been searching, I've been out here, and I will continue to search. But we have to organize our class. That's the important part. We must educate and we must organize. Hold on, here's Becca.
Thank you, Esther. Round of applause for Esther. Is there anybody else that wants to come up for open mic? Anybody else? Nicole, do you want to come up?
I'll take it, Nicole.
Hi, my name is Nicole. I was briefly homeless for a time when I was younger, and it was honestly the toughest part of my life. And unfortunately, well, fortunately for me, but fortunately for others, I was able to find a home, but I know that there are so many out there who can't. And through financial issues, through just random happenstance, you're literally one disaster away from living on the streets. And with certain laws passing, homelessness is going to be illegal. And that's not right. You should not be arrested for just existing. That's not how that works. Mayor Brown has literally gaslit him, like lied to my face, telling me that Wilkes-Barre does not have scandals. It does. And yeah, that was fun. Yeah. Cash your kids. I hope you're enjoying that book in your library. I donated a Cash for Kids book that I found to the Mayor Brown's personal library. Maybe he'll thank me for that. I'm doubting it because what's him up? Yeah, of course. And of course, the people who enacted this and basically traumatized so many children have, of course, gotten pardoned because that's how this country works. Right. Mayor Brown had the opportunity to create something new, something hopeful in this rising tide of issues that we had, but he decided that he wants to be a part of the rich ruling class. Those are the only constituents he cares about. He does not care about everybody else. And unfortunately, Wilkes-Barre will continue to decline until something actually changes and somebody who really understands the issues that we have is going to go into office. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you, Nicole.
I noticed another thing with this so-called corrupt county, that if you're not in the clique, we are screwed.
Amen. Don't exist.
Screwed. So if you're not in this little party little thing, and I hope these officers even hear it over there too, if you're not in the clique over there, because I'm not afraid to say it, I am a recovering alcoholic. I am a recovering addict. And we are not bad people. No. We are just sick people because people like Luzerne County does not want to help us. So maybe, just maybe, we will stand here, we will fight until the day I die. Amen. To get help for these people. Because I lived it and I have done it. And I will stand Because my best friend right here, man, me and her are co-founders of a recovery center here in Wilkes-Barre, over there 99 Water Street. I tell you, I've been in their place. It's no damn joke. So start doing your jobs, then maybe we will vote you back in. If you don't want to do your jobs, guess what? We want you the hell out of office. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I just wanted to say, where are the politicians? I mean, we can't be any closer to them. They have to hear us.
They do.
You know, actions speak louder than words. Okay? If they cared, somebody would come down and say something.
Amen.
Okay? Offer to work with us, offer solutions, something. They're the first ones to tell you, oh, get involved, get involved. Well, here we are. We're involved. So what? That's all that's the only point I wanted to make. Thanks.
Right? The politicians like to do a lot of talk, but we are the leaders that we've been waiting for. And if change is going to come in this country, it's going to come from the bottom up.
Yes, yes, yes.
Anybody else for open mic? Okay. All right, I'll go ahead and share my story, and then we'll close out with one more song. Sound good to folks?
Yeah.
All right. My name is Rebecca Reitenbach, and I've been homeless twice in my life. The first time, I was only a child. My family had been living paycheck to paycheck when my father had a heart attack. We missed 1 month's rent, and that was all it took for us to be evicted. I was too young to really understand, but I remember my mother crying at the magistrate's office when he said we had to move. We were homeless that whole summer, from May until September. My parents told me and my brother that we were camping. All of our belongings went into a storage unit, and we went to Sullivan County and pitched tents way back in the woods, miles away from the road. My daddy kept working through all of this. Unfortunately, we had enough money to rent a trailer before it got really, really cold. But I do remember the cold in the tent. Growing up in poverty as I did, all of this was normalized to me. I guess I kind of thought that this is what everyone meant when they said they went camping over the summer. The second time I was homeless, I was old enough to know exactly what was happening. I was 20 and I had a 3-month-old baby. My ex-husband and I got scammed. We thought we were buying a house, but the guy who was supposed to be paying the bank took our money and went on vacation instead. So the bank came and seized the house. They didn't care that we had spent thousands of dollars to live there. They hadn't gotten their money, and that was all they cared about. The police told us we had 10 days to get out. We put everything we could in a pickup truck and put a tarp over it to keep the rain and the snow off. You see, this time when I was homeless, it was February. I have never felt like more of a failure as a mother than I did when I couldn't even provide a roof over my baby's head. We didn't have money for a hotel. My ex knew where some cabins were along the Susquehanna River, and no one was using them that time of year, so we broke into one of them. What we did was illegal in the eyes of the law, but how could it be legal for my baby to freeze to death on the street? I was ashamed to talk about these experiences for a long time. It's hard to even talk to y'all about them now. For a long time, it was easier to live in denial and pretend these things hadn't happened. Or maybe if they did happen, they weren't a big deal. It took years for me to accept that I had been homeless And for a long time, I blamed myself. I thought I must have done something wrong, or I must have deserved it. It's really easy to get stuck in that place. But I think the powers that be want us to be stuck in that place. If we are too busy blaming ourselves and each other, then we won't realize that housing is a human right.
Amen.
We won't realize that we are all one healthcare crisis away from homelessness, just like my daddy when he had his heart attack. We won't realize that we are all one missed paycheck or one financial crisis away from homelessness, like what happened to me when I was a young mom. Right now, there is a bill moving through the PA legislature that seeks to criminalize homelessness.
Yes.
SB 780 says that if even one person complains about folks sleeping outside, the local government has to send police to remove them. For shame!
For shame.
Encampment sweeps are evil, throwing away the few belongings of people who don't even have a roof over their head. Encampment sweeps are evil, oftentimes resulting in physical violence and arrests.
Yes.
We know we are not illegal for existing outside.
Yes.
But our elected officials, Republican and Democrat alike, voted in the PA State Senate to make us criminals.
Amen.
SB 780 has moved on to the State House, and it will be voted on there next. If it passes, it will become law for the whole state of Pennsylvania. Our politicians are not coming to save us. We have to get organized if we're going to stop this insanity from becoming a reality.
Yes.
MLK said, true compassion is more than flinging a coin to a beggar. It comes to see that an edifice which produces beggars needs restructuring. Today we declare that the days are numbered for any system that puts the profit over the people. We are here today to say that the unhoused are not going to go away or disappear. We won't be silent anymore. We are not going to quietly accept that our city thinks it's okay for us to sleep on the street every night. We say it's not okay. We say it's inhumane in a country where there are 17 empty homes for every unhoused person. Rich men's profit is not more important than our lives. We demand affordable housing now. Say that with me. Affordable housing now. Affordable housing now. Affordable housing now.
Hi, my name is Nadine, and I have a chant. If you guys are willing to chant this with me. No shelter, no peace.
No shelter, no peace.
Close the mission, face the streets.
Close the mission, face the streets.
We won't be silent while people die.
We won't be silent while people die.
Open your eyes or step aside.
Open your eyes or step aside.
I'm trying to wrap my mind around how we're in the richest country in the world, and we are not able to meet everyday needs of everyone, regardless of their circumstances, regardless of how they got where they're at. We still need to help each other organize and get what is ours, right? Because uneducated also often leads to nowhere. So we must band together, educate our class, and organize our class over and over again until our needs are met. Thank you.
So I was just informed that this fine person over here leaving right now in the gray car is one of our city council people. So good to know that they're out here listening to us, that they can hear us. Let's let the focus be what we can accomplish together, collectively. So everybody pull out your song sheets. We're going to sing Let's March Together, and that's going to close out our event, okay? Let's go down and march together. Let's go down, do more and more. Nobody there could ever stop us. Let's go down and march out as the poor. All our siblings gotta get together. All our siblings gotta do more and more. Nobody there could ever stop us. Let's go down and march out as the poor. As we walk down Jericho Highway, as we walk down side by side, we won't surrender one another to the bandits and the robbers along the ride. Let's go down and march together. Let's go down, do more and more. Nobody there could ever stop us. Let's go down and march out as the poor. We're gonna march through the valleys, gonna march long highways too. And as we march along together, we'll win back what they stole from me and you. Let's go down and march together. Let's go down, do more and more. Nobody there could ever stop us. Let's go down and march out as the poor. When the road gets rough and rocky, and the hills get steep and high, we're gonna sing as we go marching, and we'll win our revolution by and by. Let's go down and march together. Let's go down, do more and more. Nobody there could ever stop us. Let's go down and march out as the poor. Let's go down and march out as the poor. You all sound beautiful. Give yourselves a hand. Thank you, everyone, for coming out today. If you didn't already get connected to us, please come on over to our cooling tent. We can exchange contact information, help folks get organized, and we have free water. Water is life. Make sure to get a drink, get out of this heat. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.